That'll be cool. Now let's get into the big news here that we got. We got something that was brewing. Not a lot of people know about it. By the time this drops, it's probably going to be announced already. But let everybody know what news you got going on. It's your boy Crispy with the Keep It Crispy podcast. We're back with another episode, man. This one right here was literally years in the making. It was very highly requested by a lot of you guys. And we're just trying to find the right time to drop it, so it's coming right now. So without further ado, we have a lot to talk about. We got a legend in the making in the building today. Let's give it up for my guy, Michai White.
What's up?
Money Michai. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good. How you feeling?
Everything is great. We've been talking about doing this for
Mad long.
for a long time, at least almost 2 years now, for everybody that doesn't know.
Going on.
Yeah, man. So before we even get into everything, like, talk to us about what's going on with this playoff run.
We going into our second round of states. We play Hudson tomorrow. So
That'll be
it's
tomorrow.
gonna be good at 7. So that's gonna be good. Just trying to make a deep run and win a state championship. That's all.
Man, that's crazy. Like, guys, when we get into everything, you're gonna find out like how amazing his story is and stuff like that. But I just wanted to hop right into it so we don't even waste any time. So for everybody that's out there that doesn't like know your upbringing, where where you were born, where did you grow up, if you have any siblings, and like your whole entire story for when up, bringing and growing up when you were smaller.
I'm from Hackensack. Hackensack, New Jersey. I lived there my whole life. I live with my mom, my dad, and my sister. I grew up pretty normal life, you know what I'm saying? Regular, you know what I'm saying, life. But I grew up playing basketball in New York, so I was always around that New York area also. So I grew up with like a mix of New York and a mix of Jersey.
Okay, so that's what I like. You got involved with basketball while you
Yeah.
was in New York.
Yeah, that's why I really started playing.
Man, that's great. So how old were you when like you started this
I
journey?
started, I think my first AAU team was like 5, 6.
Oh, you were hooping for since
Yeah,
you was
yeah. I started at
able to
Gauchos.
hold of. Oh, you was in Gauchos?
Yeah, I started with Gauchos at like 6. And I was playing with Coach Tommy Swinton.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played with him to about, I think, 10, 11 U. And then that's when I switched.
Gauchos is a legendary gym.
Yeah,
So that was like when
legendary.
back in my day it was
Yeah.
crazy Gauchos gym. So if you guys don't know what Gauchos gym is, search it up. They produced a lot of legends. So all right, that's cool. So you was living in New York or you were
Nah, I've
just
always lived in Jersey.
Oh, you was in Jersey.
Real
Okay.
close, so
He was playing over there.
teams in Jersey like that at the time for like 6-year-olds, so I had to go to New York.
True,
So that's why I
true.
started.
So like when you were after you did that whole AAU like for 6 years old going up until 10, then you started taking it here in Jersey, like the AAU team, or like how did that work?
Nah, so I started taking it serious around like 10. So that's when I started working out and stuff. And then I went to the New York Lightning.
Okay.
And I was still playing in New York, but I lived in Jersey. And then this year and last year is the real year I've been playing AAU in Jersey because Ren's we kind of work out and practice out of Jersey. So
Gotcha.
we have a mix of both.
Okay, and you're 15 right now, right?
Yeah.
But when we're about to get into what's going on as a 15-year-old is truly remarkable. It's ridiculous. But all right, so when you was like 10, 11, you started taking basketball serious and stuff like that. So talk to us about like when you got to the student athlete academy and if anybody doesn't know what that is, what was that time?
Student athlete, it's an athletic academy. So like we work out and it's like an incorporation of working out in school. So we have 4 workouts, 2 courts, a speed and agility, and a strength and conditioning each day. And you have your 4 core classes. So you take 3 or 4 core classes a day. And the other one they would flip flop depending on the day and then lunch, and that's really it. And I came my 5th grade year. So I was there from 5th grade to 8th grade. So I was there for 4 years. Student athlete was great. It honestly shaped me into the player I am today, just constantly working out, getting better and stuff like that. That kind of just made me who I am today.
Honestly, I thought that was like an amazing. I didn't even know that was like something like a thing until I spoke at event like a year and a half
It's an
ago.
amazing opportunity. I'm not gonna lie.
That was crazy. Like, do you think going to something like that as opposed to like doing just like a regular public school or something that helped you like?
Absolutely, because like the people, Coach Tariq has training, even himself with Coach Tariq, Coach Jayon, Shaq, Coach Pat, all the people we've had, like the people he knows like people that know like the game of basketball, and even himself, he knows the game of basketball so well that you constantly working out and picking up those gems and then new skills and IQ lessons, and you're working on your body. Just having a basketball, you're ahead of the normal player.
That's like every time I look, there's like another like superstar just coming out of that
Yeah,
whole academy,
yeah,
which is wild.
yeah.
So yeah, if you guys don't know about that, make sure you check into that because I didn't know about it up until like 2 years ago, and I was just fascinated that that was even a thing. So obviously the results speak for itself. So that's pretty dope. I mean, so you were doing that from 5th grade to like 8th, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now talk to us about last year, because I know you're only a freshman now, but there's tons of talk about during this freshman year. But let's talk about when you were in 8th grade. Like, I seen you playing on like a lot of made hoop circuits and stuff like that. So, did you have like a goal while you were in 8th grade, like coming into as a freshman, or you were just working to
You mean
just,
like my goal going into freshman year?
yeah,
I had a lot of goals going into freshman year. My 8th grade, I wanted to win. So going into 8th grade, I wanted to win Made, and I wanted to win Peace Jam. None happened, unfortunately. But going into high school, I had lofty goals: top 5 in the country, like 500 points, USA.
that's blowing out the water.
Yeah,
We'll get into that
yeah.
though.
USA, all sorts of high level goals and stuff like that. Best point guard in the country. So it
Man,
was
so you was going in there where like you was ready, going
yeah,
all in.
yeah. I had
So
my mindset.
no, that's a great mindset, because a lot of times like people going into like 9th grade, especially freshmen, they're nervous. They might not
Hmm.
know what to expect, but you already knew what you wanted coming
Hmm.
into it as like a 14-year-old, right? And when
Yeah,
you started
14.
freshman, that's wild. So what do you think helped you like be so determined? Like, were you working out a lot while
I was
you were in
working
eighth
out.
grade?
I was working out like 5 times a day, 6 times a
Times a
day.
day,
Yeah, I would work out because we'd have 4 at SAA, and then I'd work out once or twice after school. So I was working out crazy,
consistently.
consistently every day.
Do you think like doing that consistently like really helps your game? Like
Absolutely,
you
but
can
you
see,
got to learn how to take breaks too. Because
yeah.
I mean, I had gotten used to it because I was doing it for 4 years. But like for somebody to start, you got to like really take breaks because that could hurt, break down your body. So you really got to stretch and take care of your body off it. The only break, like the only real long break, was when I broke my foot.
I
And
remember that.
that was the only like time I really hadn't worked out. But even then, I was still like lifting and stuff like that.
Was that like tough for you not to be out there
It was
playing?
only 3 weeks. That's the crazy thing about it. I
I
worked,
felt like it was longer.
bro. It felt like 2 months. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought it was longer, to be
Nah, it was
honest.
only realistically it was only 3 weeks. It's just that they wasn't letting me play,
Okay.
so they was really letting me rehab and stuff like that and get
And
back
you
100
still
percent
was
before I could.
practicing with 1 foot or whatever. I
Yeah,
seen you.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the determination
Dedication.
it takes, right?
Mm,
That's crazy.
absolutely.
All right, so I mean that's already like you can see like the mindset. Like we always tell everybody on the podcast, you have to have a positive mindset and you have to have goals, like, and believe that you're gonna achieve them,
Yeah,
or else you
it don't
got
work.
no
It
chance.
don't work.
You
Yep.
know what I mean? So now let's get into the juicy part here as a freshman, right? So you coming in St. Benedict's as a freshman, right? Let's talk about the first game ever as when you started. Well, talk to us about that. Like, how were you feeling?
I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't excited, nervous.
Mhm.
Like this is my first high school game. It's practically a home game because ours right down the street. So like home
True.
game essentially. I was nervous. We got to school early. I was just thinking about it the whole day. Like, yo, this game we got to win this. Like, I got to hoop. Like, it was, it was, it was more than I expected in a way.
Uh-huh.
But I kind of knew I could do it. But just to actually do it is another thing. Like knowing you can do it, and then when you really do it, it's like, dang, like it actually happened. So
That's a fact.
yeah,
So you got out there. How much did you drop that first game?
23.
Easy.
Yeah,
As a freshman, man, you guys gotta understand this, right? Like, what we're getting into right now does not happen. I mean, it really doesn't. It never happened as we're about to get into. So, like, I really want you guys to pay attention. Like, this is not just anybody that's sitting here talking about, what they went. Like, this is proven facts of hard work, of determination, of belief, and never giving up. Even after he broke his foot, that you could have easily been like, "Fuck, no, I'm out of here for a while. Let me just take it easy." But you kept going, which is crazy. All right, so after the first game, you dropped that 23. So now you got a little bit, jitters out after that.
yeah, absolutely. It was just the first game. Just had to get the first couple games out, first couple of like crinks out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So then let's talk about as you progress, like after the first game, the couple of games. Now you just hooping at least 20 plus all these games, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So you're going into all these different games, and I feel as if like I mean I've been watching you for a couple of years now, but I feel like the basketball world is about to be put on to like who exactly you are and what you're doing, because I kind of feel like it's flying under the radar, which it shouldn't be, because we're about to find out you about to break a whole entire record that's never even happened in the state of New Jersey.
True.
So let's talk about that real quick, because that's what everybody wants to hear. So you got how many points right now so far?
728.
728. The state record. If you guys don't know who DeJuan Wagner is, he's top 3 in the whole state ever of New Jersey hooping. He had a 100-point game. As a freshman, he had 737 points in the whole entire season. That's the state record. It might even be a record in the country. I'm not sure about that, but you got to fact check me. You got 700 what? 23?
28.
28. You're easily going to blow past that when you got Hudson Catholic
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That means you're going to become the #1 freshman ever to walk the state of New Jersey with the most points as a freshman. So you might even hit 800 once you guys just pass that.
Past that, yeah.
So, like, how does that, like, was that one of your goals? Or
I'm not gonna lie, no. I was going for 400 or 500. I was like, if I get 400 or 500 points as a freshman, because that's even crazy. 400 or 500 points for a senior is crazy. 500 points, like
Bro,
people.
I had 50 points
seniors-
my whole high school career.
Seniors,
So, you
seniors
know.
in high school get 500 points, 600 points.
Yeah.
So like, once I hit 200 in like 8 games, and I was like, okay, I'm at 200. That's quick. Wow, that's crazy. I was like, all right, let me chill. And then once I hit 400, I was like, I'm about to get 5. I remember the game I hit 5. It was our first county game. I hit 500 that game, and I was like, it was like, you might as well go for 6 now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, y'all think I get 600? I was like, cool. I got 600. I was like, just go for 7 at this point. And then I didn't,
Jeez.
to be honest, when I hit 500, I didn't know I was going to hit 600 because everybody's like, go for 700, get 700, get 700. And actually, Coach Tariq was the one that told me about
No
the
way.
record. The SA owner, he told me,
Yeah.
yo, 737 is the record from DeJuan Wagner. You should
Yeah.
go get it. Go get 700. And I'm like, y'all really think I can get 700? I ain't think it. But I was like, why not? We had like 8 more games guaranteed left. I'm like, I don't think like not even like maybe 5, 6.
Yeah.
And then I laced off like 120 points in 4 games, and then it just happened.
Bro, that's
and then I hit 600, and then I hit 700, and I was like, I might as well go. I'm breaking the record at this point. I only need what 40 more points.
40 more.
So I was like, just go get the record. Go finish it.
And now look how close, like, the record's gonna get broken tomorrow. That's a given.
Amazing.
But then after that, guys advance. You got a chance to get 800
True.
as a freshman, man. Like, I've never even heard of that. All like DeJuan Wagner's way before my time, and I already knew he was a legend. So like, just to be amongst those names is just amazing, man. Like, I gotta ask you, like, while you're on the court and you're just like hooping, like, does it just come naturally? You just like scoring, shooting up these threes, going to the lane, getting free throws.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it's just a part of like playing ball. Like, you know the work you put in, so it's like just play. Like, don't even think about it. If you think too much, can mess you up. So I just try and play, and like whatever the defense gives me, take it and just go from there.
so you just go out there and you just
go out there,
let it
hoop,
naturally
let it come.
flow.
It's gonna come naturally.
Okay.
Like I've always kind of had a knack for scoring, and like
Yeah.
even with how good of a playmaker I am, I've always like knew how to score and stuff. So like I'm always gonna make it happen. So like I just play. Don't even stress it. Just
Yeah, like when me and my guy Mike Beasley and Ronnie from Miami, we were seeing you play. They didn't never seen you play. I obviously did. So they're like, wow, who's that? I was like, that's my guy Michai. Like, they all thought you were well beyond your years of a freshman. Like the the decisions you make and the way that you just flow the game, like, it just comes so natural. Like, you just practice forever, and now you're just on the court, just normally just hooping. You're not even trying too hard. Which is amazing, man. So we're going to keep you guys updated. I mean, the game's tomorrow, so that record's going to easily get broken once this is dropped. So that's amazing. So now you got Hudson Catholic tomorrow, right? So obviously one of your goals is probably to win the whole state chip, right?
Absolutely.
So this is the semifinals tomorrow?
Quarter.
Or the quarterfinals. And then after the semi and then the championship.
Yep.
Oh, that's easy work.
Yeah.
You definitely got that. So then you knocked off one goal already to 500 points for this year. Your other goal was hitting the chip, right? Getting the chip.
Yeah.
That's definitely on the way there. Wow. So what now, let's say you get all that accomplished and everything, right? Which is truly amazing. Going into your sophomore year, before you know that sophomore year is going to be there.
It's already hit me. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm about to be a sophomore. It's crazy.
Right? That's wild, man. I felt like you just started the season 2 weeks ago.
But I'm saying, like, the season just started and now it's over. I'm like, dang, like
super
my whole
fast.
thing over now.
Yeah. What are some of the sophomore year goals?
Hit the 1,000.
Hit the 1,000.
I gotta hit 1,000 sophomore year. It's no way I don't though.
I mean, yeah. I would think you hit 1,000 the whole season.
If I had enough games, I think I could. If I had at least 10 more, I could hit 1,000.
That's crazy.
If I get 1,000, if I had 10 more, but 1,000, another state championship. This time a county championship too, because I ain't won counties this year. Gatorade Player of the Year.
That's a good one. Gatorade Player of the Year. For sure.
And then just another Peace Jam.
No, Peace Jam is definitely important. Did you know, like, when DeJuan Wagner had that record-breaking year, he won ESPN Freshman of the Year, like the whole country? Yeah, he actually did. So if you break that record, I don't see why.
There's no way I don't.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, people really got to understand, like, the magnitude of that. That's just not no little accomplishment. Like, that's history. Like, that's never happened before. Like, this is, I mean, that's amazing. So yeah, that we'll be looking forward to that because I really think that should happen as well. But now with AAU, right?
Hmm.
Talk to us like now you're in the Lightning, you said, right?
Nah,
Or,
Ren's.
or Rens, okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be playing Rens this year too,
Yep.
going into sophomore.
Yeah.
So like, is it a different age group you were playing against, like when you were last year and this year, or is it like the same type of like 15U, 16U? Like, how does that work?
Oh, I mean, it's really all dependent on the kid. You can play whatever kid and whatever the organization wants. But
Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay.
so
So
it just
no, that's
depends on the
dope.
person. Yeah.
So is that one Peach Jam? You did you go to Peach Jam last year or you didn't?
Yeah, I was. We had the junior. They started junior UIBL last year
Okay.
for like the eighth grade teams and stuff. So we went down there. We was down there with our 17s. We lost first round, but we got to see like the 17s play
Yeah.
and all those guards play and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
all those
dope.
people
So
play.
this year, I mean, you're gonna be you already know what
In
to
the
do to
real,
get
yeah.
there.
I already know. It's already know like what it is, what's the environment like. So it was a good like prep.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, that's fire. Now let's switch topic real quick since we already went through, many different accomplishments so far and we got something at the end we want to announce. But so talk to us about like fashion. I know you have your own brand, your own logos and stuff going
Yeah, I'm
on.
trying to get into it. Honestly, this year I started to try and get into it, get more clothes and stuff like that. So I had to start getting into it. I was like, nah, I gotta switch it up a little bit because it
Yeah.
wasn't enough. I had to start really getting into it.
You know what's crazy? This is a fact too. Like, there's a lot of NBA players that they not necessarily have a clothing brand that like is worldwide and people could like purchase and they ship all over the world. They might have a sneaker deal or
Mhm.
something like that, but I honestly haven't seen a lot of players do their own thing on the side. It's
Yeah,
just
I
basketball.
don't think so. I don't think I've seen one
Yeah.
yet that I could really think of right now.
So like you literally have the chance, you know what I mean, to like start something
Hmm.
where it could just grow with you as a basketball player on and off the court so that like when, you get to be in college and then in the league
It
one
just
day,
keeps going.
you know what I'm saying? So
Just
that
keeps
that'll be
going.
crazy.
I had a question. So how did you get into like the clothing with like sports and fashion and this kind of thing?
I mean, how I got into it, I would say like when I was growing up, my first love was basketball.
Hmm.
Just like you, like I was always playing basketball. I was good. I was never like really good like in the actual games, like high school games. I was like street ball more, but I still love basketball.
Hmm.
And I always had like, respect for all the athletes, like busting their asses every single day, trying to get better and like all the work they put in. So life happened and I started taking like a turn. I worked at Chase Bank, Verizon. I did a bunch of different things. Never what I was doing now. But it's crazy how the world works because years later, I find myself doing exactly what I loved doing back in the day,
Hmm.
supporting athletes, making clothes because I was always into different clothes and the whatever the trends are and stuff like that, and making cool pieces. And now I made it a mission to support up and coming athletes
Mm.
because I respect the hustle and just the fact that I just have an eye for clothes and I like making clothes. I figured I'd make it geared towards the actual
That makes
athlete.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense. You get the best of both worlds.
Yeah. So that's why I tell a lot of people, like anybody that's watching the podcast, this is all about positivity, guys. Like you could do whatever it is that you want to do, but I'm trying to tell you, you always got to build your own brand because if you don't build your own brand, no one's going to know who you are. And if no one knows who you are, you're just going to live an average life and nothing's going to come from it. Like you should want to pass something down to like your future
Your
generation.
kids and stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, and it's never too early to start. Like, you're 15 and your head is way above, a lot of people at your age. But that doesn't mean that you guys that are watching can't learn from this podcast and just know that it's never, you know what I'm saying? Like, never too late to start and start going crazy with it. You know what I
No,
mean?
yeah.
So if you had to like, because there's a lot of people that be asking like, oh, I'm in high school and I got so much schoolwork and I don't know how I'm gonna like do my own thing or like play sport. Like, what would you tell them to like, you know, to make it happen while they're in school and all school things going on at the same time?
Just manage your time better. Honestly, like you just it's time management. That's really it. So like, you got to start planning your like week ahead, and like if you know you have to do this or you want to do this, knock your homework out now, or while I'm in the back of class and I got maybe a free period and we done with the lesson, let me knock it out now or knock it out at lunch. You just got to manage your time better. That's really it. Like you got an assignment due Sunday. Like let me just do it now while I'm sitting here not doing it. Let me just get it out the way,
Yeah.
and then you'll have free time to do really whatever you want.
Yeah, you see, that's exactly what I'd be trying to say. Like, it's all about priorities as well. Like, you have to be knowing what you're doing and have like kind of like a schedule, like an outline.
Yeah,
You
like
know
a
what I mean?
plan every day.
Exactly. So that's definitely important, guys, for you. Anybody that's asking how to manage everything, like it's definitely possible to make it happen. Let me ask you something. Who would you model your game after?
Um, A little bit of Shea and Kyrie.
I can see that. I can see
Like
Shay's. Nah, he's crazy right
he's
now.
crazy. It's just like they pace and like the way like they speed they play the game and how
Yeah,
controlled they are. And they don't let nobody speed them up and they can
yeah.
make whatever decision they want at any time.
Nah,
That's what it is
that's
for me.
crazy. I could definitely see Kyrie and I could definitely see Shay. So that's. Do you ever watch like film of these guys or like
Yeah,
you do?
yeah. I'll be watching a lot. So when I'm in the house, I just watch highlights. Like
Yeah,
I just sit there, use my computer or my iPad, and just put on highlights.
and then you just like see the moves they're doing or
I just
whatever.
watch it like with no thought about it. Just watch and see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. What do you also do like on your spare time? Like if it's not playing basketball or
Uh, I used to play the game a lot. I got to get back into the game. I'd be on the game. I'd be on the phone, just chilling with my friends. Go outside. Well, not outside. But go out with my friends. Go to the mall.
mm-hmm.
Go to like a fair or something like that, like
Yeah.
state fair or something like that. Just chill. I know how to cook too.
Do you?
Yeah,
Get out of here.
I swear.
I don't even know how to cook. So what do you be cooking?
Uh, steak, pasta, rice,
You
chicken.
could just do the whole thing from
Yeah.
scratch?
Uh huh.
Who taught you?
My mom and my grandmother.
Shout out to Squeaky in the
Yeah.
building. Yeah.
My
No, that's dope.
grandmother. Yeah.
You gotta try some of that.
Like when my grandmother and my mom would cook, I just be right behind them helping them. After a
Yeah.
while, I just kind of caught on.
Oh, that's pretty
And then
dope.
one day, my mom was like, "Look, do this, do
Yeah.
that, do that." And I learned how to make my first meal, and then it just kind of kept going on and on after just being there and watching.
Okay, that's very interesting. I would have never thought because I never cook anything but TV dinners. But yeah, no, that's pretty dope. All right, now here's something I ask everybody that comes onto the podcast. Right, you had to pick top 5 players right now in New Jersey high school basketball. Don't matter what year. Who would it be?
Can I pick myself?
You can pick yourself.
I'm gonna do a list without me and with me.
All right.
All right, without me, one, I'm going. I'm gonna go Ron from Blair.
Okay. Oh yeah, for sure.
2, I'm gonna go Brandon Lee.
He's a
3, I'm gonna go with the what's the big TPS got that be with the dark skin?
Oh yeah, the tall dude. I forgot his
Dang,
name.
something like that.
Yeah,
Kual Dang, I think his name is.
his last name is Dang. Yeah.
4. Trying to think. High school.
Regardless of grade.
Regardless of grade.
Could be any grade.
27. 4, I'm gonna go Micah.
Oh, Michael. Okay.
And then 26. 26. Who's 26? Oh, Durkat.
I was gonna say Aiden.
That's no order though.
That's no order.
5,
Yeah,
5.
straight off the head.
I'm not. Yeah, nah. Straight off the head.
All right, that's dope. Now, what about including
With me,
yourself?
I'm going me.
Yeah.
Ron. I'm gonna throw Brandon in there. I'll throw Dang in there. I'm gonna throw Durkat in there.
Okay, so that's your top right there.
No order.
Nah. I mean, that's a crazy lineup right there, regardless of class. What was like while you were playing? Who's the hardest player you had to guard so far? It could be anybody, AAU, anything.
Who did I guard? Can it be all time?
All time.
Trying to think, because I was playing 26 one year for AAU, so I see my fair share that year. 27. Probably trying to think. Oh my God.
You got a lot of players so far.
Nah, that's what I'm
Last 2
trying to
years.
think. Who am I gonna give it to? I think I'm gonna go with what's his name? I keep dropping his name right now. I can't even.
What
think
team
his
he's
name.
play?
It was a kid, a 26 kid. I don't even remember
Okay.
what team he played for. I was like 12, but he was mad nice. I'm gonna give it to what's his name? Derek Dixon from Gonzaga.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that might have been crazy when you guard.
Because he could shoot. He don't miss. He really don't
Really?
miss. He don't miss. No. And he just be
He should be hitting him.
yeah. So like, I was just like, it was hard. I'm not gonna lie. This was just tough.
Well, listen, you got 3 more years of guarding other players, so it's definitely gonna add something to that list.
Yeah.
Wow. Now you got your own podcast, right? Beyond the Bounce.
Yeah.
So talk to us about that.
So me and Chris Rivers, we would go on a podcast, and we used to talk about everything: basketball, life lessons, this, that, and the third. Things he's went through, things I went through. Yeah, that was really the podcast.
Yeah, because I listened to a couple of episodes, which is pretty dope. I remember when you guys started that, And you're gonna continue that like through on the off season stuff like that
Yeah,
with you guys.
we're trying to get it back into the works.
Yeah, man, that was a great thing. Like not a lot of people got podcasts. Like it's a whole big setup just to do it. You know how it is.
Yeah,
So make sure y'all follow that Beyond the Bounce because new episodes are definitely gonna be dropping from that.
yes, sir.
Well, we got we got something that was brewing. Not a lot of people know about it. By the time this drops, it's probably gonna be announced already. But let everybody know what news you got going on.
USA, going to Team USA minicamp from April 3rd to the 5th. So this is the Olympic year. So hopefully we seeing me playing in like Serbia or something, somewhere across the country, something like that. Yeah.
That's crazy. Now let's dig into that real quick because in the beginning when I said what were your goals when you were in the 8th grade going to the 9th, one of them was
USA.
USA, and now you actually got the invite to USA. So
Mhm.
like, how did that make you feel knowing that you had that as a goal and it started with like nothing, like you didn't get invited until you showed that you could do it?
It's crazy because it's been a goal for longer than just 8th grade. It's been a goal since like 7th, 6th grade. I'm not gonna lie. So just knowing I could really do it and like whatever you put your mind to, you could really do. That was crazy because people thought I was crazy for my high school goals. Like they was looking at me like, "Yo, you think you about to get 500? You about to USA? Like this is crazy, Kyle. Like you just a freshman." I was like, "All right. I mean, I guess, but like, what's the worst that could happen from dreaming? You don't get it? Okay, try again." Oh, you call you crazy, exactly. So I was like,
That's
forget it.
bars right
And then
there.
when I hit it, and when they told me, I was like, dang, like this really came true. I actually did it, so it just felt like great. All the hard work paid off and stuff like that. So I just felt amazing.
You see what I mean? Like that, she just said it like perfectly and beautifully said. Whatever it is that you want to achieve, no matter how crazy it sounds, no matter who believes you or not, you just heard him. People were doubting him, like, "Are you crazy? Why you got 500 points, Team USA as a freshman? Like, he never even stepped on a basketball court for a freshman game yet." But he had that belief that he could do it, and he made it happen. So, in your own words, like, you think anybody that has that dream could make it happen as long as they put the work in,
If you
like you
put your
did?
mind to it, this is gonna come naturally. Like you just gotta put your mind to it and work towards it. You can't just put your mind. You gotta put work behind it though. If you don't work behind it, it's not gonna work. But if you put your mind to anything, you can really do whatever you want.
That is bars right there coming from my man setting records as a freshman. Y'all definitely gonna learn his name if you haven't learned it already. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
20 years old in the NBA, um, just doing what I do, doing what I love to do in the NBA, providing for my family and stuff like that. Um, one of the best young stars in the NBA. That's where I see myself.
Yeah, and you didn't even hesitate to answer. You already knew like that's what I want to do. That's what's gonna happen. You already set these goals that you already accomplished. Easy work. There's no reason why this won't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Come to
To
fruition.
fruition.
Come 5 years from now. So
Yep.
I'm with it. I'm for the whole ride because I already know what's about to happen. So that's amazing, man. So last thing here, we got a quote on the podcast. It says the world is yours. That's the quote that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So in your own words, what does that mean to you?
The world is yours. Is the world is what you make it. Honestly, your life is what you make it. Whatever you plan on doing with your life is how it's gonna go. Realistically, that's
Yep.
what it means to me. The world is yours. You can do whatever you want.
That's exactly what it means to us too here at the podcast because we always go through this every single episode and we explain exactly what it means to us and have our guests tell you guys in their own words what exactly does it mean. So that's pretty awesome, man. So now to close out, do you have anybody you want to shout out or anything? Any special
Uh, Shout out my parents. Shout out my sister. Um,
woo woo woo?
the signature right there.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I gotta hear that. You
that's
already
been
know what
going
time
on
it
since
is.
I was like 8, man. That's just background noise at this point. Love the barking. Shout out St. Benedict's, the whole school. Um, Shout out all my coaches at the Rens. Thank you, God. That's all I got.
There we go. So you guys heard it here first. Keep It Crispy podcast. Appreciate you guys listening. This right here is gonna be a legend. So make sure y'all subscribe and watch this video. It's gonna be crazy. Appreciate you, Makai, for coming.
Yes, sir.
And we out of here.